Oh, I see. Yes, we have, Leonard. Okay, you guys, we are at the top of the hour. So again, thank you all so very much for being here for our Sunday night ILCA Elite Group Information Session. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I am going to be your humble hostess for this evening. Now, it is my honor and my pleasure to introduce you all to a man that for over 25 years dominated the direct sales industry. His cryptocurrency education is being used by companies and universities worldwide. Now, for over 6 years, he dedicated his life to learning about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, but he didn't just stop there. He decided to go out and share his information with the masses, and he did this by putting on fun and exciting Bitcoin boot camps nationwide at no cost. He has built thriving communities and wonderful platforms like you see before you now. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Brandon Ivey.
All right. Thank you for that introduction, Miss Casa, and welcome everybody to our special Sunday night ILCA Elite Call. And with this elite call or elite group, this is for just the special individuals that have been invited to be here. So we are being very, very vigilant on who is a part of us and who is not. So I want to do one quick check. Z, the name that I see there, please let me know. I do not recognize your name. I don't know if I've seen you before, but please let Miss Casa know who invited you and if you are a part of any of the programs that we have going on. So everybody else, welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule. And it is special. On a call like this, there really should be about 1,000 people. And the reason is if you have individuals that you know that have had great success in not just this opportunity, but in the direct selling industry, and they're telling you that they're going to give you their secrets, share knowledge and information with you that has helped them to achieve success that they've had in their career, would you want to be there? When I first came into direct sales, I used to stalk the upline, the mentors, the 7- and 8-figure earners. I wanted to know their secret because I was frustrated. I was frustrated that I was not getting the results that everybody around me on stage that they were getting, that I was not able to have that type of success of building a team and selling the product. And I actually failed and struggled for my first 10 years. And it was frustrating. And I would ask them directly, I'm like, how do you build a network and a team? And I always got the same old, make a list of everybody that you know, friends and family. Call them all up. Call your friends and family up, and ask them and pitch them on your opportunity. Well, here's the exact thing they will say for me to say. If the money was right and it can fit into your time schedule, would you be open for a business opportunity? That is what I was taught, and I knew it was BS. I'm like, that's not what you guys are doing. Tell me what you guys are doing. So I'm not going to give you the BS. I'm going to share with you ways that I know that works, but that works for me, and also ways that does not work for me, but works for others. That's why I asked my business partner and my sponsor in Get Fit, Mr. Peter Blackwell, to be here. Both of us have had tremendous success in the direct sales industry. Me and him have been working together for almost 10 years. We both have 2 different styles that works for us. His style does not work for me. My style does not work for him. So I wanted him to be able to share with you guys how he is able to have the type of success he has with building a network and an organization, doing almost the opposite of what I do. And then I'm going to share with you guys how I do it and how I use social media. And we're going to cover some things, because when it comes to recruiting, I do not consider myself a recruiter. I'm an influencer. And I believe that people like to buy, they don't like to be sold. So there's certain ways that I go about by doing this. And for others, they have different ways, but I definitely will tell you what doesn't work. We're going to talk about it as well. And this is going to be interactive. Ms. Katza said, if you guys can turn your cameras on and be able to, because we're going to ask questions, we're going to go over, you guys are going to let us know some objections, and I'm going to cover how to overcome objections. This is information that will benefit you in any business. But tonight we are focusing on the Get Fit Mining because we want to take advantage of the special promo that has going on. We have a week and a couple of days left in this month. I'm going to be doing what we call blitzes, presentations tomorrow, the rest of the week, every single day. So we're going to talk about how all you have to do is not, I get this question all the time, Brandon, how do I convince people to join me? There is no convincing. You don't convince anybody. If you have to convince them to join you, you'll have to convince them to stay with you. You have to convince them to go to a presentation, convince them to go to a training, convince them to do anything. It's not the convincing business. You want to be able to motivate them in a way that they want to. They're begging you for information. So there's two types of recruiting here. There's recruiting of the product, meaning selling of the product itself, and then there's also selling of the business opportunity. Those are two different, distinct things. We're going to talk a little bit about both of them tonight, and this is going to be a running series that I'm going to do. I tell you guys, being a part of ILCA Elite is not just about the opportunity. It's about developing you as an entrepreneur to be successful well beyond anything that we have going on, so that you one day will stand out of the spotlight of your upline, of your sponsor, of your mentor, so that you can become the superstar, so that instead of you always following what your mentor does, you will be able to be in a position that one day your mentor is going to say, hey, send me your link. What are you doing? So we want you to be independent operator, so to speak. So let's start this way. The old way of make a list of everybody you know and call them is antiquated, but there is still some truth to that. If you know what to do when you call them, you got to get on the phone with people. You're going to have to speak to them. When we do our running series, I'm going to go over a couple of things that I call one, the river of money. One strategy is the feel, felt, found method that I learned from Mr. Steve Carter years ago, about 20 plus years ago. But we're going to go over the psychology behind, because you're dealing with people, and people join people, not opportunities. Whenever I start a business, I launch a business. I don't just let me try it out and see how it works, and then maybe I'll tell a couple of people about it. I go all in. Peter will let you know, if I get focused on something, it's a wrap after that point. Once I get my head wrapped around it, my teeth into it, it's over with. So let me tell you the results of doing it this way. My very first big build that walked me off my job, I was on a 9-to-5 job, and it was a Friday. And it was around 2 p.m. in the afternoon when I got excited about it and I made the decision to move forward. I had just been terminated from a previous company, and I had received a pink slip on my job that I only had a couple of more months before they moved the office to San Jose, and I was either going to move to San Jose or be fired and looking for something else. So talk about what my back against the wall at that time. I had no idea what the future was going to hold. So I found an opportunity, and I said, this is the one I'm going to do. The skill sets that we're going to teach you, it really doesn't matter the opportunity. You will have success in anything that you do. In fact, your greatest challenge is not going to be your inability to perform. It's going to be the ability of whatever project you choose for them to keep the wheels going and moving forward. That's always my number one problem. Not the ability to build a team and go to work. That's never a problem. Is can the company do what they say they're going to do long enough for us to have some success? So I want you to keep that in mind. It's not about the company. You can show me the worst company out there, and I'll show you somebody making $1 million. You can show me the best company out there, and I'll show you people that are broke. In fact, vast majority of people in it are broke. So it has nothing to do with you've got the best product and services. It's, are you able to solve somebody's problem? So you've got to know what their problem is. So I had a problem. You know what my problem was? I needed to make some money. That was my problem. I needed to make some money. And I saw a presentation that said, whoa, this thing, I can make some money. Now, the business had already been out for almost 2 years, kind of similar to Get Fit. Get Fit has been around for almost 2 years, but it's starting to get some name momentum because of us over the last 30 days. Old people from Get Fit are now coming back. Hey, whoa, what's going on over here? What are you guys doing? How can I be down? Is what's happening. Why? Well, here's what I did back then. I said, okay, I'm getting started. The next presentation was that night at 7:00. I sent a blast out to everybody that I knew. I invited more than 400 people to the presentation that night. Out of 400 people I sent an invite to, 40 showed up. That might be seen as a failure. That meant 360 people didn't even want to look at what I had to talk about. Right there, that's when a lot of people drop off. This isn't going to work. Nobody wants to hear about this. Because when I send it to 400, you guys might send it to 2 or 3 people. Hey, I'm going to invite 2 or 3 people, and wow, none of my people showed up. I guess this thing isn't going to work. This is a numbers game. It always will be. I just went through the numbers. 400 people, 40 showed up. Out of the 40 that showed up, do you know how many signed up? Not 40. 15 people did. Now, that might be seen as a failure. I had to go through 400 people to get 15 people to sign up. Some people, it takes them 2 years to go through 400 people. I will never forget what Holton Buggs, the one point making almost $4 million a month in Organo Gold, what he said. He said, you don't understand. It's not about, oh, you just got the biggest list. It's about how fast can you go through the most amount of people. It's a people game. Compress the time. What other people a year to do, I made sure I did it in a month. And then I did it in a week. So I went through 400 people to get 15 people to sign up on day one. You know what I did? I broke the company record for personal enrollments in one day when the company had been around for 2 years. Not because I was special. I just went through the numbers. Those 15 people turned into almost 40 in our first week. Those 40 turned into 107 our first 30 days. Those 107 turned into 560 our first 60 days. 2 weeks after that, we crossed 1,000. 30 days after that, we were approaching 3,000 to 4,000 and growing, and it just exploded from there. There's, as far as I remember right now, there's only 2 people here that was around during those days, and that was Shauna Ross and Jacqueline Briggs. I don't know if either of them are on here right now, but they were around during those days. So they can attest that what I'm saying is true. We've created the second fastest growing company in all of North America in direct sales that summer. And we got a whole lot of attention, and it went viral from there on. And the company owners weren't used to having that type of momentum that fast, and they messed things up, squandered the money. How you go from having maybe 50 to 100,000 a month to now having more than $1 million to $4 million a month coming into your account, that messed them up. They mismanaged the funds. Well, we're doing the same thing here. We have now crossed our first 30 days. I technically did not start until March 22nd or 23rd. After we did the interview on March 17th, because that's the date with Lynette for Get Fit. My personal team now is up to 196, and I've personally enrolled more than 60, and I've given more than half of those away. My sponsor Peter's team is more than 500 people in the same time period. So before I go any further, because I want to be respectful of his time, is I want to allow him to share some thoughts about how he builds, and then we're going to go into what it is that I do and how we do it. So for those of you who don't know, Mr. Peter Blackwell, he is more than 25 years experience, almost 30 years experience in the direct selling space. He's a top producer of everything that he's also been a part of. We met almost 10 years ago, and at first we were in competition with each other as top producer of those companies. And then after that, we had a good bond with how we build and what we do and building teams. His strengths are my weaknesses and my strengths are his weaknesses. So it's always been a good partnership here and how we have been operating. There's times I'm his upline and there's times he's my upline. For us, it doesn't matter. What he does, that's great. What I do, that's great. But my success is not dependent on what he does and vice versa. So I want to be able to share with you guys, let you guys know, or let Peter share with you guys for a couple of minutes about how he is approaching Get Fit and what he says to be how he builds his organization. So, Mr. Blackwell, go ahead. The floor is yours for a couple of minutes for everybody.
All right. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah. So nice to meet everyone. Like Brandon said, we've been working together for many, many years. But Brandon does it very differently than I do. I wish I had the skills Brandon had, plus the skills I have myself. That would be amazing. But still doing fine. Still doing fine. But yeah, for me, I think it's important. I do it the old-fashioned way. So I talk to a lot of people. I always loved networking, in the sense that wherever I go, the last literally 30 years, I always make sure I save and keep contacts, always have conversations with people, etc. You never know if it's something, down the line, they have something to offer you or the other way around. So I always make sure that, I always kind of build my contacts. That's one thing I always done. And that's, helped me a lot with my success over the years as well. But also one thing, I personally do the, old-fashioned way that I contact people. I don't send them links. I don't send them emails. There's people that blast people, folks with email and stuff. I pick up the phone and I have a conversation. That's the way I do it.
Now tell them about that conversation. Tell them what are you saying to them to move them to the next step?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things that, and obviously with time you get better at this. But first and foremost, like Brandon said, if I even open up the conversation about an opportunity, I'll already come to the, place where I know this is something I want to do. And with that also comes not only the belief, because one thing to have a belief, I believe in this and I believe in that, but I know. Let me explain what I mean by that. So with Get Fit Mining, I tried it myself. First and foremost, basically like a customer, to try it out. And I really had a lot of conversations with Lynette. I had to get into how it was working, what we can expect from the future, et cetera, et cetera. And when I really understood what Get Fit Mining had, and I'm talking about the product now, not even the business opportunity, the product itself, that's where I got excited. And this doesn't happen all the time. And usually it's pretty rare. But when you have a product that actually is, number one, something that basically everyone's got, that's the phone. Everybody got a phone. Very few people on this planet doesn't have a smartphone. Even in third world countries where I've been traveling, over the years, most people have a smartphone. The other thing is, Get Fit Mining is about fitness, keeping yourself healthy. So we basically, again, most people on this planet do some kind of physical activity. So when you have those two combinations, that is something that can go viral pretty fast. So remember, again, most people have a smartphone. Most people have, do some sort of physical activity during the day. Not only talking about training or going to the gym, it could be like myself, I walk the dog. I go to the gym as well, but I walk my dog. I have work to do in my garden. So there's a lot of things. And sleep, all of us sleep, right? We get rewarded for that as well. So it's pretty easy to work with. Imagine now if I want to sell, to give you just to understand the example and why I'm bringing this up. So imagine now I have I sell a shake to lose weight. We've seen a lot of those over the years. That's where I started many years ago in the fitness industry with physical products, lotions and potions, but a shake that you drink and to lose weight. I did one of those as well. But now suddenly, not only is it, a certain part of the population that's even interested in doing something. First of all people are not interested in losing weight. I know a lot of people that want to gain weight. And there's a lot of people that are not interested to, drink or use something like that because it's something extra. Now you need to, first of all, be interested. There needs to be the purpose for you to use this shake. And also, you need to go out and buy it. But if imagine you already have the phone, which most people do. Also, the situation, most people do some sort of physical activity, and you have that combination. Basically, all you need to do is to download an app. That's easy. So when I talk to people, first thing I usually ask them is, do you have any kind of today app in your phone, like Steps or something similar, where you count your steps when you're walking, or any kind of health app? And what I found is fascinating. Most people say yes. And then I asked them, why do you have that? What do you use that app for? What in your situation, what is it? And I've been pretty, shocked that most people, at least they want to exercise and look after themselves. Some people, are not motivated enough. Some people maybe don't have the time. I always said we always have time, but you need to plan it right. You need to take out time to do stuff like that. So then I just asked them, well, if I could show you a way where you are doing exactly and going to continue doing exactly what you're doing now, but this time over, there's a possibility for you to get paid and rewarded for your physical activity. Would it be okay for me to show you how that works? And I don't think I had one individual. I'm probably going to get it, but I don't think I have one yet that said, oh, no, definitely not. That doesn't sound interesting. Because the way I put that conversation and the way that went, they couldn't really say no. I didn't ask them for money. I didn't ask them to do anything extra. They already said that they have one of those apps in their phones. Some people even say, well, I don't use it that much, but I have it. I have Steps, but I don't use it. And again, I just asked them, well, if I could show you a way where you actually could be compensated for using an app similar to that, would you be interested to take a look? And every single person literally says yes. And then from there, the next step is I always talk about my own situation, why I'm excited about it, what I did. Right now, I think when I looked tonight, there's over 700 people in the team for myself. And it's just getting to a point where people realize and understand that they don't want to miss out. Because that's one thing with most people as well, the psychology is that, the fear of loss. And people that know me, because I don't cold call people, I call people I know, have some sort of relationship with. They know that if I, like Brandon said, if I do something, if I decide that I want to really do something, they know I will. And they know something is going to happen pretty fast. So obviously that's at help now after all these years. But the first thing I said, anyone can do that. we all have contacts. Now that's how I would start a conversation. And then which I think is important, I would always explain what I did with it, why I like it, and I can talk about other people, testimonials, people that lost weight, people that, depending on who I talk to, because some people just want to be customers and use that for themselves. Some people are interested, obviously, in, building some sort of team and making money outside, the customer side of things, just using the app themselves. Some people are obviously interested in a compensation plan, etc. So that I have to, the conversation goes for wherever the need is for that individual. But an important ingredient I noticed, because this happened to me myself, is when I talk to people, they can feel that I believe in what I do and that I'm excited about it. That's super important. Because if I would call someone and sound like, how should I put it? I'm not confident. It doesn't sound like I really, know what I'm doing. Give an example. I call someone and I say, like Brandon. Yeah, hey, Brandon. Sorry, I don't want to. I know you're busy. I just wanted to ask you something. I have this app. You can make money from it. I don't know if this is something that you interested in. Oh, maybe not, but maybe if you have time, you can take a look. And let me send you this video. That's a typical wrong way of doing it. But also sometimes this happened to me. I had a guy actually from Japan, and this is interesting. I don't know him well, but we talked numerous occasions in the past. So he's in my contact list, and it's interesting. He was pitching me on something. And, we were discussing that. And then I was thinking, should I tell him about Get Fit Mining? And I didn't, right then. And then I think it took not even a week. Then he contacts me again and said, oh, Peter, you got to look at this thing. It's amazing. US-based company, blah, blah, blah. I told Lynette about this. And then the guy was pitching me on Get Fit Mining, not knowing that he was already part of my team. But you see, so that's one of those things. So never exclude anyone. That's one thing you'll learn. Brandon knows well about this as well. Always, whatever contact you have, you're going to reach out to someone. You know what? The worst thing that could happen, they say, you know what? Thank you, but no thanks. This is not for me. The timing is off, whatever the reason is. And I know Brandon is going to talk a little bit about that as well. But again, you don't try to convince people. But this is what I usually say. All of us have different needs. From one individual, talking about Get Fit, from one individual could be, maybe they need to lose some weight. And obviously, you need to be careful how you present that as well. You don't want to say, well, you're pretty overweight. You need to move. That's not the way to put it. But you, again, lead with yourself or lead with someone else. Oh, by the way, one thing with this app is amazing. I have this friend, and I'm not telling you to make up stories. If you don't have anyone else, talk about yourself. But I already have testimonials. And I could tell, this lady, blah, 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 her name is Marie, and she started for, a month back, and she actually lost weight, and she is excited about it. And now she's motivated. For her, the problem was that she didn't have that motivation to really go to work, but now she got it because she actually get rewarded for it. Or for some other individual, could be that they need that extra money. And then we talk around that, I have this guy that, wherever this guy, he needed an extra $500 a month. And I helped him build that. and now he's actually making $700 a month. You know, so you whatever you have in your contact list or whatever you have, you always need to look for. Everybody's got different needs, and you want to discuss that and kind of enlighten them on the fact that this is an option maybe to help and take care of whatever that need is. But I think important thing again is that you believe. Before you pick up the phone, you need to be excited about it. And I'm always excited when I pick up the phone and I call someone. I'm always excited. I got goosebumps before I even, just dialing the number. I'm excited to let them know. Because when I call someone, I let them know that, I build that fear of loss. I'm for me, it's like I'm doing them a favor. And that's how it sounds like when I call them as well. I would never try to convince someone.
Let me cut in right there, Peter. How would Peter get someone like Brandon? And he just said it. He calls me up and he says, Brandon, and I can tell he's excited. And he says, you're not going to believe this. I have goosebumps. He's probably said that exact line to me 4 times, 5 times on different things. And 4 out of 4 times, I'm already in my head saying no. And then when he keeps talking and I'm listening, and the no turns into a yes, because I see he believes in it. I'm like, all right, if he believes in this, because I know he's getting hit up like me 10, 15 times a day. And if it got his attention enough that he's going to present it to me, then I might want to pay attention to what it is. Even if I decide to say no, I need to know what it is, because I know I'm probably going to get hit up from somebody else. And I'd rather say no to him and get it out the way than have to deal with everybody else. And I don't want to have to give anybody else time, because then I could say, I already heard about that. I'm not interested. So if I'm going to give somebody time, it's going to be him. But he developed that relationship with me. This is what he's saying also about the relationships. I'm not just a number. Your contact list is not just a number of people. You got to care about the person that you're speaking to. And he does, for all the people that's on his contact list. And that's a list he's been building up for years. These people know and they trust and they've seen his results. But I just want to throw that in there. So keep going, Peter.
Yeah, no, and one thing that's important to add to that, Brandon, between yourself and me, we usually, I'm usually the one that people, or that Brandon calls first, and the other way around. When it is, and also out of the respect that we both have knowledge from the industry, obviously crypto and blockchain as well. So for me, it's important, because if Brandon would say, oh, hell no, this is nothing I want to touch. He was really, then that would also give me second thoughts. Then I for me, I would go back and really, okay, if Brandon is not interested in this, then I really, need to take a second look at it and really, but I don't think it happened yet. Literally, I'm talking about things that we really went to work with when we've been doing this, because we have that kind of relationship and that kind of respect for each other. But it's definitely important that Brandon is someone that, I want him to take a look at it early. And then we have the other thing, we both have huge networks. So the other thing is that, I need to talk to Brandon first, or the other way around, because otherwise we're going to have people, obviously, that, and that's where the fear of loss comes in. But I think people, again, Brandon mentioned this, people don't really join opportunities, they join people. So that's the first. And obviously it needs to be something that is interesting and makes sense. But I think in this time and age, especially everything we've seen the last couple of years on the crypto market, the combination of something that is decentralized, combination of something that has like both me and Brandon usually say, is this something I would have done without the conversation plan? And if the answer is yes, then it's usually a good thing. If the answer is no, we would never run with it. Meaning that it needs to be value in the service of the product itself. So
that's good, Peter.
yeah, well, but and then just to add to, you know, I want to leave everyone with this. I think for me, and I know Brandon is something both of us been talking about. I think it's today. I like to see that it's a US based company as well, something here in the US, because there is very, very few, because of the simple fact that you have to be super compliant and legal to even have the opportunity to do something here in the US. So you know, I feel don't feel very good at it. I know there's, and I don't want to mention countries because it has nothing to do with that, but some island somewhere, or some country, you know, far, far away. Um, I I'm not saying it's a scam, yes, because it's not in US, but I'm saying that there's a lot easier for them to get away with things, and not be, you know, responsible, or try to avoid that. So again, but it's all about the conversation, all about bringing value, but you got to believe and feel it yourself. That's what it is. All of us has recommended a book or a movie, and the reason usually people that we recommend it to will go and buy that book, or watch that movie is because they heard in your voice and they felt the energy that you were excited about it. And the same thing goes with a business opportunity. Yeah, there, you know, Brandon, yourself, I want to leave guys with that, but you know how it is. This is, you know, the whole aspect of sales, and you know, all that. You know, you can talk for hours about it. There are so many different ways, and it's interesting. It is interesting to, but yeah, that's my 5 cents.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Blackwell, for sharing that information. I hope some of you guys can use that, because there's another, when I do these series, there's another thing we're going to talk about as personality traits. I go by fish, whale, dolphin, shark, and urchins. And if you are trying to share an opportunity with people just from one personality, you're going to leave out 3/4 of the people out there that don't relate to that. If I only share my perspective, then there's a group of you that's not going to be able to get that. If Peter only was sharing his perspective, then a lot of you wouldn't get it. So I wanted to see you guys to see how, and it's both is wildly successful. He already has 700 plus. Hold on a second. I thought I had everybody muted. Let me do that. All right. He already has 700 plus team members in the last 3.5 weeks. And we're just getting started. So I want to piggyback on top of what he said about the belief. By this time, there should be no doubt from anybody that the product doesn't work. We know the product works. I was just looking at my numbers today, and personally, I haven't taken the product serious, meaning actively moving myself, until the last week and a half. Now, what I've been spending that time getting the infrastructure in place, all of you guys in place, the apps. I got an iPhone and an Android. I got my smartwatch for my iPhone. I've got my other watch for my Android, but I hadn't really been moving much until recently. And I was just looking at the numbers and looking at what I've made off of that, my movements, and I've already made almost all the money back that I've spent getting set up, which means I made my money back. So most people's fear when they get involved with any opportunity is, am I going to lose my money? So we already have a product now that we know has results just on your physical activity without having to recruit. So there's two ways I go, and I'm going to show you on social media. There's two ways I approach people when I share. I'm an influencer. So instead of me making a list and then calling each person on that list, I make a list through invite and fear of loss, where I will say, there's something I'm so excited about. I believe in that set yourself on fire because people will come to watch you burn. So I get myself so excited about something that the people who's watching me will say, what's Brandon so excited about and how can I be down? Or I don't want to be left out. So I always approach it from a fear of loss standpoint, stating, this is what I'm going to do. You can be a part of it or you can watch it happen. Either way, I don't need you. This is going to happen. But I would love for you to be on board. First come, first serve. I'm making a list. Who wants to be on that list? I will have 100 people asked to be on the list, and half of them say, how much do I need to spend and where do I sign up, before they even know the name of the company? Because people sign up with people and not with opportunities. Now, you might say, well, Brandon, you're Brandon Ivey. Well, I had to start somewhere. And again, in our series, we'll go over about the ability to brand yourself, but we're going to act as if you don't have a reputation, you don't have a list, you don't have an already built network. How are you going to build this opportunity? How are you going to get it out there? And this is the easy part. In 25 years, I have never been a part of the business that was this easy to talk about. And that's an amazing thing to say. I've been in health and wellness. I've been in the cell phone industry. I've been in the crypto industry. I've been in the digital industry. Never been a part of a company where it's this easy to share, where I don't have to convince or really explain or teach or train. Health and wellness speaks for itself. Fitness speaks for itself. I don't have to convince somebody. What are the tools that's going to be needed for this business? Cell phone. So I can ask a question. Who has a cell phone? All hands raise up. I say, open up your cell phone. Do you have a Google Fit or Apple Health already on there? 100% of the hands is going to say yes. Say, is it tracking your steps? Yeah. Wow. Let me ask you a question. How would you like to get paid for that app tracking your steps? What? What do you mean? A question that leads into another question that's leading to a next. You've got to listen to this presentation that's going on at such and such a day where people is making money off of their own physical activity. Really? How? I say, have you heard of the Sweat Coin or Steppin'? Yeah. You got to take a look at this new app that's coming out right now. That's a conversation. That's a conversation you have if you did pick up the phone and you're talking to somebody, or you're even saying, you pick up the phone like Peter does. You have the belief in this, your belief in conviction. Say, hey, you're not going to believe this. About 30 days ago, I downloaded this app that's connected to my fitness apps and is tracking all my physical activity, and they're paying me for it. You got to hear about this. What do you mean it's paying for you? Yeah, I've already made $200, $300 in the last 30 days. I didn't even have to sign anybody up. Passive income. What? Tell me more. I have yet to hear anybody tell me no. Even the people that say yes that haven't moved yet, there's only two reasons why somebody won't move. One, they don't like you, and they're waiting for somebody better to tell them about the same exact opportunity. That happens. Don't take it personal. All right. I had a call earlier today, and it was interesting with some professionals, where I told them, I've been talking about this one opportunity for years, really, especially at the beginning of this year. But yet some billionaire comes on board, says the same thing I said, and everybody now wants to sign up. And it proves it's not about the opportunity. It's you. So work on yourself to be on that level where when you speak, people are jumping to want to know about what it is. But you may not be there yet. That's why an opportunity like this is killer. So let's take the first thing to start. I'm going to share screen here. And you guys will recognize this because you were probably on the list. February 29th, I made this post. Have you ever heard the term, give the people what they want? Well, unfortunately, in our industry, what the people want always ends up getting shut down, rug pulled, or exit scammed. I'm going to give the people what they want and do it in a safe, compliant, and productive way. I will be putting together an elite team to work with me directly on taking advantage of this transformative crypto year. We are going beyond just education and taking advantage of passive opportunities. Now, here's what's interesting about this. I didn't say the name of the company. I didn't talk about how much money you can make. I didn't talk about how this is the next greatest thing. This is literally just the brand I'm talking about. I'm doing the feel, felt, found method here. I'm feeling your pain because everything that I said here, every single person who reads it can relate. Where's the lie? And I'm showing that I understand where you're from and I'm creating a solution. But what? Five likes. So don't think, oh, Brandon, just because you make a post, you're going to have 500 people respond. No. 5 likes. The point of this was not to get the masses everywhere. See, people like to buy. They don't like to be sold. And people need to see things multiple times before they make a decision. This is rule in marketing 101. Is there a person on the planet who hasn't heard McDonald's? You'd have to go to the outbacks of the Amazon forest to find villages living completely off the grid to be able to say they've never heard of McDonald's. Yet McDonald's still spends billions of dollars worldwide on marketing and advertising and commercials. Why? It's almost like an out of sight, out of mind, but they know if they keep something in front of your face, if you see a McDonald's commercial 7 times, you're going to go buy something from McDonald's or something similar. All of a sudden, you start feeling hungry. You need that product. And you don't even know why. It's a subconscious thing. Same thing goes in marketing and advertising. People need to see it over and over because we live in a fast food type environment, instant gratification. And people will see you post something one time and they don't respond because they've seen you post about something over and over again about different things, and you're always doing different things and you're not consistent. People want to see consistency. So if they see you stuck on something, they're like, wait a minute, there's a party still going on over there. Am I missing out? They're still talking about it. What did I miss? And like curious little beavers, they got to come over to see what you're doing. So that was the first. Then I did another post the same day. Okay, here's the bottom line. Do you want to make money? Let's keep the main thing the main thing. Don't miss my live 2 hours from now. So I'm promoting that I'm doing an event at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. I've already made 2 posts about it. I didn't even say the name of any opportunity. I'm just talking about, look, if you want to make some money, you're tired of being sick and tired of all this BS crap going on out there, you got to be on this call. This time, 43 likes and 4 comments. Before, when I first said something, 5 likes, no comments. 4 comments now. Mr. Ivey, you're looking great. Hey, I appreciate that, Ivy. Thank you. Carla, damn straight. Crazy Carla. Then we got James Mosley, thumbs up, 100. All the comments there, but that was only 4. All right, then what happened? Oh, man, I think I messed myself up doing that. I shouldn't have clicked on it. Oh, no, it's still there. Okay. And then here's the actual event. February 29th. Was that 12 p.m. Eastern or 3 p.m. Eastern? I did the event. 39 comments, 8 shares, 20 likes. Then the same day later on. All right, my line has been blowing up after that announcement. I am collecting the list old school style. No funnels, autoresponders, or marketing bullshit. Pen and pad, back to the basics. Who wants to make money? Join the ILCA elite group. Now understand what I did here. I promoted our community. I was not promoting an opportunity, even though that's the point. Let me see, where do I have that in here? Yeah. Here's the list. Because on that call, I shared what the opportunities were. I didn't say the name of the opportunity publicly. I talked about our community. Community first. And I said, if you like what you see, get on the list, because we didn't even put out any links yet. That's another thing don't do. For instance, Brandon, how do I know if I'm saying or doing the right thing? The question I ask you is, are people always pitching you on businesses and you say no to most of them? Why are you saying no? What was it that you didn't like that they were doing? Don't do that. Here's one thing I don't do. I don't go in anybody's inbox. I don't go on somebody's inbox. Hey, you gotta check this opportunity out. We getting paid for moving around, and you can make 500 a month, and it's like an app, and it's tied with crypto. And there's a presentation taking place. You're stupid if you don't get in this. Or this, when somebody pitches me on something and I say no, then why not? That bugs the hell out of me. I understand the concept of don't take no for an answer, but that's just insulting. Well, why not? Did you watch the video? I mean, how can you watch the video and still say no? Don't do that. A no now does not mean a no later. It just means I'm not ready right now. It's okay. You circle back on them 2-3 months from now, but when you do, you come back to them with more results. Like, remember I told you about that thing 2 months ago? Yeah, I've already made about $2,000 already. Yeah, the price went up $600 since then. You kind of missed out on that. I just want to let you know what we're still doing. We've still got going on. The timing just wasn't right for them yet. I've got people approaching me now that asked to be on my list a month ago and didn't do anything a month ago. Now they're ready to get started now. I also don't burn the bridge because somebody said no or somebody didn't follow, didn't want to go further. No, don't burn your bridges. A no now doesn't mean a no later. But look at what I said here. I talked about passive incomes. I gave a disclaimer. 212 comments. That wasn't the first. I had to go through all of this to get to this. 212 comments. Now, what I asked was if you wanted to be on the list, because my line is blowing up. Now we got the fear of lost taking place. And everybody's asking, I'm interested. Info, please. When you're doing on social media, 80% of the people who say, can you send me info, will not do anything with the info you send them, but you send it anyway. Now, what is it that I send? Oh, hold on. I thought I had that up here. What do I send as far as when it comes to Get Fit? I don't send them my link. Where is it? Notes. I don't send them my link. I send them, hey, where is it? Open. Notes document. No, don't tell me I deleted it some kind of way. All right, don't mess up with me now. I'm trying to prove a point here. Let's cooperate. Yeah, that's what I asked. What's my AI props? Is it? Oh, it's my system. Okay, so while I'm waiting for this to pop up for me. I send them 3 things. The first is a 2-minute or a minute and a half promo video that you can find on their YouTube. Oh, I know why it's doing that. Because I have this up. Out of that. There it is. Okay. And I'm going to put this in the chat box for you guys. This is the 3 things I send. Get Fit Mining is a true decentralized platform. It's like a minute and a half promo video. And then I send them this one as well. Get Fit Mining, where the crypto meets fitness. It's a 22-minute video. And then I send them this, the interview with the Get Fit Mining team. So what am I doing here? This is just a sneak peek of what this is about. This one gives them more detailed information. And this one tells them who's the people behind the project. I don't say, trust me, I vetted them. I did everything. You don't have to do or worry about that. Just trust me. No. I'm going to put them in front of you so that you can see it. And then I say, if you like what you see there, I say, if you have any questions, please let me know. And what ends up happening is I have people say, where do I sign up? In fact, that did just happen. I'm going to give you a live example of it. Oh, let me open this up here. Let's see. Who was it that did that? Yeah, right here. Okay, let me move this over. All right. This individual asked for information. I sent the information, but look at the date I sent to him. March 31st. What's today's date? April 21st. That was 2.5, 3 weeks ago. Didn't respond until today. Yo, sign me up. I'd like to try the app. Then I sent the link. That's the process. That's the process. How it works. So I send them the notes, and then I ask them if they want more information. When you're brand new right now, here's what I would do. Instead of sending them your link, invite them to the next presentation. Say, listen, especially if they start asking questions. What you say is, great, I want to invite you to the next presentation where you're going to hear everything that you need to know about how this works. Or if you don't have time to wait, send them a pre-recorded of the last presentation that we've done. You don't have to be the one doing the presentations or doing any explaining. Put them on that. And then if you're not comfortable closing people out yourself, put them on a 3-way call. Say, hey, listen, let me put you on a 3-way call with this guy or this gal who can answer all of your questions for you and show you how to get started. 3-way calls is the backbone of business. I don't really need to do them that much anymore personally. But when I was coming up, 3-way calls, especially if you don't have the story yourself yet. You haven't made 6 figures and 7 figures yet. You haven't had a whole lot of success yet. It might be your cousin or your friend or your brother, and you've got to get yourself out the way. Do a 3-way call. The people who do the most 3-way calls makes the most money. That's rule number 1 in the game. Whoever does the most 3-way calls makes the most money. and then let them, the expert, close, because I'm going to ask the question you might be afraid to ask. I'm going to ask for the money. After we get on 3 call, great, the cost is now $600. When can we get you signed up? That's the reason why a lot of people also fail too, because they're afraid to ask for the money. Because you're afraid they don't have the money and you don't want them to be embarrassed. You don't. This is business. Let somebody else tell them to ask for the money. I tell people up front what the cost is before they even see the opportunity. I didn't do that in my early days. All right. Because I didn't want to scare people off. But now my time is valuable. And if you want to be with my time, there's a cost. Right now, the cost is $600. Now, if that's scaring you off, you are the wrong person to talk to anyway. I'm looking for people who want to make $10,000 a month or more. And if $600 is your barrier, I'm talking to the wrong person. But you can't start off that way. So let me give you some more examples here and how I started to make the transition. Because here, I'm just talking about who wants to make some money. I'm not even talking about the opportunity. Then let's see when I get into some more stuff here. Yesterday, I announced that I am starting a new private ILCA elite group to take advantage of what we consider to be good, profitable, passive, and networking opportunities. To get on my list requires more than you saying interested or send me info. It also requires action and the ability to follow instructions. So I am setting the standard of what I expect. This is not just me throwing mud at the wall to see who sticks. I don't need everybody. I don't need the BSers who just say, and every time somebody talks about an opportunity, you go in there and say, send me info, knowing you ain't going to do nothing with it. I'm not looking for you. I'm looking for the serious people. And what happens is people who weren't really serious before, they're like, oh, wait a minute. What's really going on over here? I think I might need to be a little serious. Let me treat this with more respect, because I'm demanding the respect. I'm not playing. That's the attitude you have to have. When I figured that out in my early days, I saw a drastic increase in my production. It wasn't just some cute little hobby that I was throwing around. No, I was taking this serious, and they saw I was taking it serious. Therefore, they took it serious. Then let's keep going. When did things start to, I changed it up a little bit. Tonight's a night, yeah, so promoting the community. Okay, still, I didn't even say the name of the company publicly, and I really didn't do that until I decided to go to the next level. And what do I mean by that? When I first saw Get Fit, what I saw was the ability for any individual to be able to earn anywhere between $500 to $1,500 a month passive income without having to recruit. That right there is what you say. Hey, if you want to talk about the money, what you say, whether it's on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, what you say is, who would like to make anywhere between $500 to $1,500 a month passive income without having to recruit? You can even throw on there based on your own physical activity. You can say, ask for info in the comments section. But if you're doing it for the first time, you're going to have to do it several times before you start to get traction, because people have to see it several times. The first time they see it, it's just a glance. The second time they see it, it's more goes from the back of their head to the front. The third time they see it, it sparks a thought process in their brain. Like, am I missing something? How come I didn't respond to this before, but other people are? Also, if you're doing it on Facebook, you got to understand how Facebook algorithms work. When people start to comment, respond to their comment. Because what starts to happen is your post starts to get into the face of more people. How did I jump from 0 to 200 comments? because I started commenting on every comment. It started going to more people's are seeing it. And then they're seeing other people's commenting. They don't want to be left out. They're saying, well, send me info too. And then I reply to them. And then it's going to front of more people's eyeballs. It's a domino effect. So if you're talking about money, then you come at it from that aspect. I'm looking for people who want to make passive income anywhere between $500 to $1,500 a month on your own physical activity, and you don't have to recruit anybody or invest in things, and there's no monthly auto ship if you want to keep going that way. That's the message. I'm not talking about who wants to walk off their job. I'm not talking about who wants to become a millionaire. I'm not talking about who wants to make $10,000 a month. You have to meet people where they are. Who wants to make enough money to pay their grocery bills? Who wants to make enough money so that they can put gas in their car to cover that inflation that's taken place, to maybe it'll help pay their car note or their cell phone bill or their rent or mortgage, some extra dollars without having to get a second job, without having to DoorDash or Uber. Again, based on just your physical activity with something you already have, which is your cell phone. Who wants to know more about that? That's the message. And you just got to say it over and over and over, and you make videos about it. And you make different, you get creative, you have fun. Let's see, let's keep going. Oh, I just had, that's a shot. That's a throwback. Morehouse College. What was I? Oh yeah, junior class officers. I was junior class something. All these people, this guy's the mayor of a city. This guy is featured on CNN as a world-renowned doctor for humanitarian. Right now, he's fighting trying to get over to Gaza humanitarian relief. Anyways, I got to give a shout out to Morehouse. Let's see. Second meeting of the ILCA elite group. Yeah, I'm still promoting the community. Let's see. Keep going. We're now in March 8th. I still have not said the word get fit mining. March 8th now. What was that about? Oh yeah, Women's International Appreciation Day. Also, don't just be talking about opportunities on your social media. Talk about things you're interested in your life. Show people that you're a real person and not a robot that's just trying to make money off of everybody. Show your life. Okay, let's see here. Okay, March 9th. This past week, we launched the ILCA Elite Group and unveiled 3 of our passive income projects. Our 4th group is going to, now look what I'm saying here. Tomorrow night, we will unveil, oh yeah, I didn't even unveil the 4th project yet. That's right, for Get Fit Mining. But I didn't talk about any of the other ones we were doing either. Passive income, the potential to earn $500 to $1,500 a month without recruiting. And again, if you guys don't know what to say, copy. Go to our sites and copy. You're not sharing your screen. Yes, I am, Mike. Refresh yourself. I'm sharing screen. Can you guys see my screen? Type me in the chat box or yes. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm still, I'm not back to back just about business stuff. Let's keep going. What happened here? Oh, Marnita's birthday. That's right. March 16th. Happy birthday, little cousin. I'm proud of you. See here, and look at this, though. 76 comments. You also want to know why? Marnita figured it out. Every single person that said happy birthday, she responded to. And every time that happened, it kept putting her in front of more people and more people. That's why I got 76 comments. Then let's see, this is live stream. We're going into March 18th. I put up a testimony about from Herschel on DFY. Then what was I doing there? I don't know what I was talking about. Is that quick? Hey, what's going on, fam? I just wanted to let you know in 1 hour, we are having a special ILCA Elite call where we have broken the code. We are giving you what you want as you're looking to continue your crypto journey or your journey of financial freedom. Glasses on my face is sideways. Just notice that. We're doing it in 1 hour. So who should want to be on this call? Number one, how would you like to be able to earn passive income without having to recruit anybody? That's what this call is for. Number two, what if I told you I can tell you exactly what to do and what to say to become a top producer in any business that you're doing, but particularly in the programs that we're offering? What do you think we're doing right now? I'm teaching you guys more skill sets. And a little bit about the secret and the law of attraction. That's what we're going to cover today. 1 hour at 2. Okay, so I'm promoting. You know, you can't, people say, I can't get anybody. I look, oh, have you told anybody? Yeah, I told 2 people. Oh, no. You've got to get out there, put yourself out there. People want to buy, they want to buy you. You got to put yourself out there to sell. Oh, now here we are, March 20th. It's the first time I really kind of got in on this. Major launch coming on May 4th. The ability to earn passive income without having to recruit. Pre-launch has started right now at 90% off to our community. I will be interviewing the team behind this project. Okay, look at this. I said, ask to be invited. I'm not going to your inbox. I'm not begging you. Ask to be invited. 263 comments. Look at info, me please. Another thing too with the psychology, people sometimes need to be told what to do. We've been told what to do all our lives. Our brains is programmed for that. It's only the rare few who break free of that. So knowing the psychology of things, you got to tell people what to do. So I told them what to do. Ask to be invited. I could have just said, yeah, it's happening tonight, and here's the link. What response would I have gotten? Probably not that much. But by just doing this simple thing here, I'm giving you a command. Ask to be invited. Okay, 263 comments later. Let's go up. What? Oh yeah, Freaknik. Ooh, I dodged that bullet. Let's keep going here. And then look at this. The first Web3 app that takes your daily activities, walking, running, swimming, exercising, workouts, travel, and more, into energy that mines multiple cryptocurrencies. Want to create streams like this? Oh, that's StreamYard. And that's when I started doing, was that, I don't remember if that was a Get Fit presentation. Oh, that was just Crypto Talk. All right. Send me all info. I just bought a Peloton and I'm ready to do this. That's common. How many, let me know in the chat box, do you have any piece of equipment in your home of workout equipment? Type me in the chat box. You're right, Michael. Show them your real person with lifestyle and motivation. Now, I do it to a point. I don't stunt or floss, bling it out. That's not my style. There's nothing wrong with that. It works for the people, but it's just not my personality. But show them you're a real person. Now, if you do have a piece of equipment, then what you should be doing is taking a picture of you on that equipment, talking about, I'm getting paid, like what Melanie Davis did. She took a video of her on her little walking machine while she was watching TV and talking about, I'm getting paid to do this. And then other people, well, I got a walking machine. I was walking last night. I wasn't getting paid. How's she getting paid? If you don't have any exercise equipment, you take a little nice 5-minute walk outside and say, hey, I'm getting paid for doing this walk. because other people are doing it. Oh, there it is right there. Let me play it. Take a look. Isn't that funny? It's right next video.
Yes, I have my own personal treadmill at home that I'm walking on now because I am moving, grooving, moving to earn, guys. Hey, you know, the more you move, the more you earn. So got to get out there and get that walk in. And if you can't get out there and get that walk in, get it done inside the house. Hello. Moving to earn. Earning at the same damn time. Same damn time.
That's relatable. People can understand that. People can see that. They do that every day. Let's see here. Let's see where I started really going crazy. It took me a couple of weeks before the aha moment really went off in my head about what we're sitting on. And then I said, oh, I'm going for this. Here we go. This is the first time I did. Yeah. That's the first time I posted Get Fit Mining. March 26th. I made the first announcement February 29th. Almost a month before I even said the name Get Fit Mining. I was dripping all month. You can see my whole history. You can go to my Facebook page and see how I did this. What was I doing? We were writing our 5-day challenge. I was giving out subliminals. That's right, because I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even talk about Get Fit Mining on this. This was just a subliminal I did here. What is a subliminal? I have a picture of two ladies with the smartwatches, and it says Get Fit Mining right behind them. And I don't even talk about Get Fit Mining. That was a subliminal I was doing. So no, I still didn't come out with it yet. Let's see. When did I start? See, March 27th. Yeah, that was our 5-day challenge week. By the way, 5-day challenge week starts again tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, that's off. Oh, here we go. Okay. March 30th. So this is the first time, more than a month later after I started doing this, did I say the name Get Fit Mining. If you are using StepN, Sweatcoin, or any fitness tracking apps on your phone, I would love to talk to you. This goes for every single person in the health and wellness industry, from the old Visalis days to the Live Good folks. How would you like to get paid for your own physical activity? Ask me how. This is much bigger than I originally thought. So it took a month. Sometimes I could be a little slow. I have a learning disability. But it took a month for the light bulb to really go off on my head to realize what I'm sitting on here. And then I had another realization. The other big leaders out there haven't figured it out yet. So I can take advantage of this right now. That's why I named Visalis and Live Good. Live Good put 1.5 million people in business in 1 year in a health and wellness company where they're selling a physical product. Are you kidding me? That's 1.5 million people who see the advantage of health and wellness. What if they could make money without having to sell lotions, potions, juices, or creams, just on their own physical activity on an app they already have? Why would they say no? So I'm giving subliminals to you guys. Who do you know in these health and wellness companies? You don't have to convince them of health and wellness, but let them know you can get paid on your physical activity. Let me also state this. Get Fit is not a network marketing company. It is a fitness tracking smart contract that has an affiliate program that's designed to build more users of the product, because more users of the product increases the value of the token, which means we make more money using the app itself. That also means we are not competition of any other network marketing company out there. Keep doing what you're doing. We are only showing you how to add and make extra money so that your people can now take the money that they earn from their own physical activity and buy the stuff you're doing. Whether it is Live Good, for example, now you got people who could pay for the product. Whether you're part of node companies, now you got people who have money to buy the node. You have people that have money to pay for the auto ship based on their own physical activity. This can be used to enhance whatever it is you're already doing, because now you can, I don't like using the word guarantee, but you can guarantee that the people in your network is earning an income. Whereas if you didn't have it, you'd have to hope for them to make a sell in your company to get paid. And most people can't do that. And then you'd have to hope for them to be able to recruit an army of people to make some money. And most of them can't do that. But if you be the good leader and you tell them, hey, listen, while we're building this, download this app, get these miners so that you can be able to make anywhere between 300. Right now, we're at right around almost that $300 a month range. And you'll have some extra money coming in every month from your own physical activity. The only reason why a leader would say no to that is because they might be scared of losing their people. But if the right leader uses that as a tool to help build their base, they will come out as a hero. One thing that I learned is when you help somebody make money, they'll follow you to the end of the earth on anything that you have going on. This is an opportunity as an easy way to help your community have some change coming in their pockets every single month. Instantly, by the way, my cousin's birthday. Let's see. So that's the first time I started, and then I started going crazy. I got all up in the AI stuff, figuring stuff out, and I started having fun. So what about images that you might want to be able to also go with your posts? Well, in our ILCA Elite group under media and marketing, we've got 268 images. I mean, photos here. 268 photos that you can use. Now, there's an important point you see here. I don't put the whole get fit mining on there. I leave the mining part out. All I put is just get fit. Because that relates, everybody can relate to that. Get fit. And as I get more creative, I'm going to create more. And also for you guys, if you guys have things that you've created, you are welcome to upload your creation to there. We will scan it though. If it's something crazy, we're going to delete it. So, but in our group, you are able to upload, so share with the community. This is the community thing. So share, like Leonard created this, and then he created a TikTok video out of it. Also, I ask, in this media and marketing group, please no conversations. Don't type anything in here. That's just for so people can come in here and get access to these images so that you can use. Copy word for word if you want to. All right, so now I started doing images and creating stuff. I figured out the AI stuff. What in the world was this? Oh, Tracy's birthday. There's Melanie. Oh, we were in Chicago. That's right. Okay, so then let's see. Then I started talking more about it. And then I switched. And I'm going to get back to the other one, but I switched from talking about the money to talking about the product. And now I've only been talking really about the product. Oh, I love this one here. Mike So. OMG, I just realized that this is the first time I go running at night with my wife. Not so what was the motivation? The fact that he was getting paid. If he wasn't getting paid, he'd be in the house on the couch. But the fact that he's getting paid, he went out and did 10,000 steps. This is what people like to see. And the more of us that's putting stuff out here, the easier it's going to be, because people are seeing it everywhere. It's like, there's a party going on and I'm missing it. Then let's see. Yeah, this present. Yeah, other people are talking about it and they're tagging me in it. That's another thing. Anytime we do any presentations and it's streaming online, share it. You want to share it on your page and all your groups you might be in. Share it. I was not playing when I said you can get paid for all of your activity. Who loves to roller skate? I have not done it in years. I'd bust my ass trying to skate backwards. Images there, 20 comments. People say, how are you getting paid for that? So what if you, and I haven't had the time to do this yet, but I am. I'm going to get organized and I'm going to have my little notebook here and I'm going to have a checklist of all activities people love to do already. Even if they're working at a job, or you're a waitress, are you a teacher? Are you an exec that you're always walking around in the office? Are you rollerblading? Are you ice skating? Are you swimming? Whatever it is. And then I'm going to create an image on it. And then I'm going to post it and saying, who likes to do, or who does this activity? Did you know that you can get paid from your physical activity doing what you're already doing? And I'm going to make sure I have everything covered and I'm posting it on a consistent basis. Then look at this one. Mike's going crazy. I said, people are starting to figure out that you can get paid for your physical activity. Great job, Mike. Oh yeah, that was WrestleMania weekend. So he put inspired by Physical 100. Rather than sitting down, English is not his first language, but rather than sitting down to watch, I stood up and did 90 minutes of running on the spot. Guess what? I managed to clock over 11,000 steps. Let's see if I can make it tomorrow. Now, you want to know the results of him doing this? I will show you the results of him doing this. Remember, guys, I said I couldn't, there was a name I didn't recognize. One Club. And I was like, who in the world is One Club? I know who that is now. It was Mike. He already has 8 personals and 10 on his team. Why? Because of this. He's putting it out there. You want to be able to share with people, you got to talk about it. Then let's see. Oh yeah, that was the Everything MetaMask. And then this one got me too. I was like, wait a minute, we're getting paid while we sleep. Getting paid for sleeping. 19 comments. Let's see, was anybody asking how to join? Interested. There's Michael Pennell. I absolutely love this concept. What if you don't sleep much? Yeah. How is that possible? That is what fit mining is all about. Teach me, please. Please. See, when you get good at this, they will come begging you, not you having to convince anybody. That's why I said this is the easiest business to build. Okay, let's hear it. Get me hooked up. I sent you some information. Let me know if you have any questions. See, this is the easy. This is the easy. Let's see here. And you guys can just copy exactly what I say and the images. Now, I already have a large people who are watching me. You might not have that yet, but you will. You got to get there. This is not an opportunity. It's a movement. Literally, getting paid to do what you're already doing. No brainer. What about in every age bracket and generation, race? It doesn't matter. Grandma loves playing with her grandkids. How about getting paid to do it? Grandkids keep you moving, keep you active. This, I took advantage of the NCAA women's tournament. What was the hottest thing in the news at that time? the women's NCAA was getting more viewership than the men. So I created some AI images of the women playing. Congratulations, take an event. You know what's going to be big? What's happening this summer in Paris? The Olympics. Oh, I am going to have a field day. That is a marketer's dream right there. I'm going to be going crazy over that. What happened here? We had the solar eclipse. Yeah, I was taking advantage of that too. Solar eclipse. Now I'm really talking about the get fit mining, but not just, I mean, I'm a person. I have other likes and passions. I love anything dealing with space and the solar system and stuff. What about this one? You know, you're older, you wishing that maybe I should have taken more care of my health when I was younger. I saw a video today of a 72-year-old woman who looked like she was 45. And all she was talking about was her health. And she said the difference, and no one had a side-by-side image of a 72-year-old, two women. One looked like she was in a wheelchair stuck. The other one was very fit and active. This is beneficial to you. Instead of, here's another message. All the health and wellness companies that are making billions of dollars selling lotions, potions, and creams for the purpose of losing weight. Do you know the most natural way to start losing weight? Become more active. Just move more. The American society, we are very sedentary. The more you move, you look in certain Asian societies, the Japanese, go to Tokyo. You don't see that many overweight people. They're not starving. They just move more than we do. You ever tried to get on, see images of them getting on those trains? They don't play. Active. Who goes to the grocery shopping? Do you know you can get paid for that? All those steps you're taking? All right, then but just wanted to give you guys an idea on what to say. Oh yeah, gardening. Oh, here's another big thing too. This is where the fear of loss of people. Every time somebody gets promoted, I can't use the word promote, there's no promotion, reaches the status, I'm recognizing them and I'm posting about it. What you guys should be doing is doing the same doggone thing. Every time you see me post, you can share, or you can even save the image and post it on your wall too. Because what's happening is you're telling people there's a party going on over here and they're missing out. That you're not just doing something by yourself, that there's an army of people behind you. You should all be posting that stuff anytime somebody's getting promoted. It's not good enough to just share, but actually post. Again, it messes with the algorithms. So every time somebody's promoted, posting it. People are missing out from the party. Yeah, what was I doing? Gladiator. That's my, oh yeah. Oh, I can't, can you guys believe that? We are 40 years removed from Terminator. This is when Terminator went back in 1984. We're at that year right now. Crazy. Again, was I? No, I was just talking about the women taking over. Get fit mind. Congratulations to all the Olympians on our team. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a moment also. Getting close to more modern times today. Yeah, there's me. I say, now how about that? Getting paid to walk. Let's get it. I am hearing story after story of people losing weight. Now, this is also what Peter was talking about. You share what other people's results are. People are losing weight, not because of a secret product, weight loss regime, or a new company's magic potion, simply because they increase their physical activity and are getting paid to do so. More images, promoting the next presentation. Where can I get more info? We've got something going on all the time. You got to come out and you got to see it. Get Fit Money is a groundbreaking decentralized app that rewards you. Oh, that was me doing a presentation. Look, here's Mike again. Congratulations. Now, this is one of his guys. Congratulations to Marcus for completing his first challenge of the 21-kilometer. He ran 32,360 steps. And he said, you know what the big difference was? He got paid while doing it. He even got paid while he was sleeping. Look at all these people out there running. You mean to tell me we can't find anybody that wants to get paid for their physical activity? This is like a buffet table for me right now when I see this. That's why I said, when the word gets out, this is going to go viral. It's going to explode. We just got to be the ones to get the word out. And then that was it from here. Now, I want to do something else now. I want to turn it over to you guys. Let me know. Raise your hand, because we're going to overcome objections now. If you've received any objections or have any questions, and I'm going to turn it to Ms. Casa to moderate this. What objections do you have, or what type of questions do you have when it comes to this that we can answer? And let's see if there's an objection that I don't have an answer for. So Marnita herself has her hand up. So go ahead, Ms. Casa. Oh, yeah, you should be able to unmute. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Can you guys hear me okay?
There you go. Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you. All right, you guys, best part of the session. Mr. Ivey, thank you so much. I have notes upon notes, and I have lots of questions. Okay, you guys, so we have 3 things that we ask of you. The first thing is, please do not unmute your mic until you have been called upon. The second one is, we do ask for 2 questions unless there's time for more, and I actually want to break that rule because I have at least 8 different questions. And the third one is, there are no silly questions. So please, whatever is on your mind, raise your hand and I will call on you. With that being said, Ms. Demetrius, I see your hand. The floor is all yours.
Oh, I got to unmute her. Okay, go ahead, Demetrius.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, my only concern, I guess, for me personally in sharing Get Fit is that, you know, it's tying in with getting set up, and although even though I know they have support, making sure people feel comfortable in going to support, because I'm not of that level where I can really feel comfortable in walking somebody through. So that's really my only hesitation. Although I do get the support that I need when I do need it. I did have my daughter, she did sign up. She just got to finish up the process of the docking piece of it. But that would be my only hesitation, because I do know, you know, quite a few people in the exercise space, but it's me in my levels of not really feeling, you know, like I really could get them to go. Because as a matter of fact, when she was setting up, she said, oh my God, this is kind of a lot. I mean, you know, to get all this process started. But if people aren't totally into or don't understand Bitcoin that much, yeah, they're going to feel that way. But if they have some knowledge of it, I think it's a lot easier. So that's been my only concern, is making sure I can feel comfortable enough to make sure they're comfortable enough to go to the support systems that are in place for them to go ahead and get set up, because the support information is great. Because I even use some of it besides, you know, using Herschel and Marnita for, you know, support. So that's my only thing. So what do you think about that?
Here's what you do. First, for you, Demetrius, is you want to make sure you learn this so that you're comfortable first. So you have to ask yourself, am I willing to take the time that I can learn this process, the setup process first? So I'm confident that if somebody isn't able to get on with their support, they may not be comfortable with them because they're my people, they might be comfortable with me. And so when you do that and you're comfortable, then you will feel the ability to say, yeah, let me go ahead and share, because I know I can walk that person who knows nothing about Bitcoin through the process. And you know you've got support behind you to help you out from our team, and then also from the programmers themselves. That what goes back what Peter said. When you are comfortable with what you got going on, other people will feel that off of you. If you're not, and you're attempting to share with others and you're still not comfortable, they will also feel that off of you and say, hey, you know, that kind of looks like a lot of work. Instead, you have the confidence to say, you know what? When you go and you get a brand new job, they put you through 2 weeks of training to learn all the skills and the in and outs of that office or that job. Why would somebody go through that? Because they know they're getting a paycheck every 2.5 weeks, twice a month. I know for me to get that $500 to $1,500 a month based on my own physical activity, I got to go through this setup process. So when you approach it from that standpoint, it's going to be easier for you. And then when you're dealing with somebody and you start to see them feeling a little frustrated, wow, like you're done, wow, this seems like a lot. Yeah, it's a lot so that you can make $1,500 a month without having to sign somebody up from your own physical activity. Go spend the 30 minutes to learn how things are. So we don't leave money on the table because something seemed it was too hard to get set up. That's the attitude. So that attitude, that vibration will come off of you, and then it will be easier. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And with these young folks, they like she picked up real fast. She moved so fast anyway, her and Herschel, like she just boop, boop, whatever. So I know for her, like she said, I'm gonna have to sit down, Mom, and I'm gonna have to really understand this once I get plugged in, because I know she's like that as well. She has to understand stuff as well because she knows some people as well. That's all they do is run and all kind of stuff anyway. So she's very fitness oriented anyhow. So for her, I think she'll do quite well because she loves all this stuff. So
awesome. And then she will tell everybody, her friends, especially when she starts saying after 30 days, well, I made this money.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for that.
No problem.
Thank you, Ms. Turner. Okay, Mr. Taylor, I see your hand is raised. The floor is all yours.
Oops, sorry, Kenny. Okay, go ahead.
All right, thank you, sir. Yeah, I appreciate your talk, and a couple things that you and Mr. Peter said, and I actually had this with my trainer. I got her into, well, I would say you got her into it because I talked to her about Get Fit, and I sent her your last presentation, and she said the thing that hooked her is when she heard Brandon say that he parked away from the movie theater and walked to the theater because he was getting paid. So that was the thing that hooked her. So, but I helped her get set up. Like Ms. Demetria said, she knows nothing about crypto, how to set up wallets. And I brought this up to you earlier. I'm starting to see people I'm talking to, they like the product, they want to get into it, but it's that intimidation factor of the crypto side of it. So that's what I asked you earlier. How do we approach that? Because when I say, okay, now it's time for you to get crypto educated. So I can help you get set up. I can teach you how to use the app. The more you use it, the more better you're going to get, but you have to now get educated.
Here's what you do. You're going to make it easy for them and their process, which means you have to know how to do this process. So especially if you've gone through their support and you see how this is done and you've done it yourself, then the next time you're going to sign somebody up, don't send them to support. You do it. I signed someone up the other day and I had Miss Casa on the line with me because I wanted her to watch me do it to make sure I didn't mess it up. And I sat there with them on Zoom and we walked through it. They were sharing their screen. And I said, okay, this is what you do. And then this is what you do. Now, even though the video tutorial shows them every step, sometimes the fact that I was willing to take my time and show them, hey, it's nothing to be scared of. I got your back on this. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. Don't care. Don't worry. It's okay. You messed up. That's all right. Let's go back. Let's do this. Let's do this. Get it connected. Now you're good to go. So when they see that I'm confident about it and that it's not scary and I'm going to help them, then they're willing to move forward. Sometimes a confused mind will do nothing. So let's say, I'm just going to send you my link and let me know when you finish. Don't do that, because what's going to happen is when you send them your link and they look at step one, oh, well, maybe this is not for me, and they don't say anything to you. Instead of just sending them your link, say, when can we hop on Zoom and I'm going to go through the setup process with you. If you do it that way and take the time to, and trust me, I don't like doing that because I don't want to spend all that time. But this is something you have to do with somebody that knows nothing about crypto. They might be a little scared and intimidated. Take that one-on-one time to show them just the basics. Okay, let me show you. Let's get you set up on this part, and then we'll move on to the next step. That's how you overcome that.
Yeah, and that's what I did with her. Got her set up in like 20 minutes. Now and I told her, tell who she has like 5 other people. I say, give them my number, tell them to call me so we get on the Zoom call. If they have questions, if I can't answer it, I have people who can answer it, but we will get you set up. But one of the things you and Mr. Peter touched on that she told me kind of took me back when she's talking to people, she's like, I know they're asking her questions. She said, I know nothing about this, but Kenny told me and I trust him. And that's why people are coming to her and say, okay, well, let's get them on a Zoom call. We can get everybody on a call. We get everybody set up. So I appreciate you. Like I tell you, ILCA, the community, because I'm comfortable in being able to walk people from A to Z and get them set up.
Absolutely. Well, this again, I love that if you take that personal time with people, because you only have to do it once. And you look at it this way. When that person purchases that pack, you're making 25% of that purchase. So you figure if I take 25 minutes to 30 minutes to help somebody, I just made $120 for 30 minutes worth of work. And so they're paying for your time. But if you just throw them your link and hope they do it, then it's probably a 75% chance they don't finish the process unless if they're not familiar with crypto at all. They'll just take your link and then days will go by. You're like, hey, this person hasn't signed up yet. You follow back with them. They'll say, they're not going to tell you I was intimidated or I was scared or I didn't understand. They'll say, no, I thought about it. It's just really not for me. And that's what you'll hear if they respond back to you at all. So instead, every single time somebody says to you, yeah, I'm ready to get started, schedule a Zoom with them. And this is what I'm even going to do. And I'm doing this by trial and error because the early days I did. I said, here's the link and here's some tutorial videos. Figure it out, basically. I'm not doing that anymore. Now I'm going to say, you're ready to get started? Let's hop on Zoom because you know you're going to get paid at least $100-something for 20 minutes worth of work. All right. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yeah, because she bought 2 packs.
So that's what I'm talking about. You made 200 plus.
She's going to use one and she's going to lease the other one. So she's really interested in the leasing.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Good question there. So that was back. I'm noticing Demetrius and Kenny kind of said the same thing. So I'm taking mental note of this. So go ahead, Ms. Casa.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. I got to say, my favorite part of that is when they say they didn't know anything about Bitcoin. Your first reaction was, you need to get educated. I really appreciate that. Okay, I see we have a question from Tamka. She says, can't we use debit or credit card?
Well, if you're talking about signing up, you can't use a debit or credit card to sign up and get fit. You have to purchase BNB first. And so on some sites, you can use your debit or credit card. Depends on where you're buying the BNB from, whether it's crypto.com, MetaMask, Cash App, exchange, it depends on those services. But no, you need to have BNB, which means when a new person's getting started, you're going to have to show them how to buy BNB. Now, for brand new people, it can be difficult if they're set up a Coinbase account. Well, if they're a brand new customer, Coinbase locks everything up for 7 to 14 days for the KYC. So that's not something that's going to happen fast. If they don't know about how to use MetaMask, that's going to be difficult. But what easy is to do, they can always purchase any other crypto and then go to Simple Swap and swap it for BNB. And Herschel just dropped a video about, where did he put that? Let me go to his group. How to use Simple Swap. I think that's probably going to be the simplest way for a new person because there's always multiple ways. Let's see, great expense, let's understand. Oh, he pinned it. Yeah. Quick guide, how to use Simple Swap. All right. So there you go. Okay. So next question, Ms. Casa.
Okay, I see you, Mr. Long. The floor is all yours.
You should be able to unmute yourself now, Leonard.
Sorry about that.
There you go.
When it comes to this credit card issue, I always struggled on buying whatever I wanted to buy. But I had a friend sign up. He's an individual who is part of Starbara and doesn't really want to get crypto educated, but he wanted to participate in this. So I told him he could buy it using his MetaMask. Now, I'm not a MetaMask user, so for me it was a brand new to me, and I walked him through it on the phone. I know the bank sent him an alert and it denied his charge. I know he responded to the alert and then tried it again and it went through. It was really simple to use MetaMask. I myself turned around and did the exact same thing, signing my wife up. Got an alert from Chase, responded to it and resubmitted it, and it went through. So for a new person, using the MetaMask might be the simplest way to do it. Because if you start to go to a swap like Simple Swap and you don't get the right Simple Swap because there's a fraud one that looks the same, you will spend money like I did. So, but that would be my only suggestion is somebody trying to buy it through the MetaMask if that's what they're using.
Leonard, you know what would be cool? What if you created a short tutorial video, how to buy BNB on MetaMask, like how Herschel does it? That would be cool.
I'll have to figure that out because I know how to get on a Zoom. I don't know how to record. And then I would.
Well, I got a task for you. I want you to get with Herschel and ask him how he does it, because I know he uses a service called Loom. But this was going to be a good learning moment for you as well. And I think that's also going to help the community so that they can start hearing your knowledge. By the way, guys, Leonard, for the very first time this week on our 5-day challenge, will be one of our guest panelists on Thursday night. So I'm stretching him a bit. So go, Leonard. That's your task.
That's a little more than a stretch.
Yep. Well, you know how to make the freaking AI videos better than I do. You master in that one.
Well, not necessarily, but okay.
So thank you.
Yeah, it'll be a different experience for me. This is I'm really new. So, it might not appear to be that, but I am new. And so I learn and I forget, and trust me, I make mistakes. They've been costly mistakes.
Well, fantastic. Well, if you can do that, that would be great. I would love to see that.
I'll try to figure it out.
All right. Thank you, Leonard. The next one up. Oh, go ahead, Ms. Casa.
Thank you, Mr. Long. Okay, I see you, Miss Rita. The floor is all yours.
Hello, everyone. I hope my signal's good. The main objection that I get from most people is crypto. So it's like most of the people I know don't have any knowledge of crypto. So that right there is probably the biggest obstacle I face. What is crypto backed by? It's like, I'm fairly new, I think I know enough to get myself by, but like to answer that question without just showing them the presentation is one thing, but when they don't understand crypto, that's been my biggest obstacle, because every week the price is going up, and I think it's overwhelming for people who don't have crypto knowledge to even wrap their head about how this all works.
Here's the conversation I have, because I always got to go back to, instead of giving a person a drink of water with a fire hose or acting as a cheerleader trying to defend the honor of Bitcoin, instead I have this type of a conversation. I say, you know what? I understand, because at one point I thought just like you, what is this new thing called Bitcoin? What is it backed by? Why is it even in the news in the first place? I don't really understand it. But I also felt that same way in the 90s when the internet came for the very first time, and when something called email came out. I didn't understand any of that stuff, but because of what I see around, it became big. And what I do know about this Bitcoin thing that is not going away, every time I turn on the TV, there's commercials about it. And here in LA, they named the Staples Center after Crypto.com Arena. The largest investment firm on the planet, BlackRock, is heavily invested in it. And all of the millionaires and billionaires are investing in this space. So eventually, I'm going to have to learn about this one way or another. And this might be, since you are already into fitness and you already understand health and you understand the value of it, this might be a good way for you to start to learn a little bit about this and get paid at the same time. I mean, hell, if the IRS is taxing us on crypto, then it's got to be real. And that's how I kind of start the conversation. Say, if you'd like to know more about it, I can help you get you started, or the time might not be right for you right now because you don't get it. So you can wait another 6 months or a year from now. We can come back and have the same conversation, but you will be hearing about this whether you like it or not. Unfortunately, that's the conversation I have. That makes sense, Rita? Oh, thumbs up. Yeah, you say, yeah, all good.
Thank you, Miss Rita. Okay, Mr. Taylor, I see your hand raised. The floor is all yours.
Okay, this is more for the ladies. Maybe Brandon, you might be able to chime in, but one of the things I noticed when talking to women, especially younger women, I'm 6'4", 290 pounds. I try not to be intimidating, but when you're talking to them, you're engaging them in conversation, they're receptive to the information. But as soon as you ask for contact information to send them information, their guards go up. So what are a way to talk to women without them thinking the first thing you're trying to come on to them and you're just trying to pass them information?
Go ahead, Barnita.
Okay, I would love to give my my 2 piece on that, right? Business cards. I know that sounds old-fashioned. I know that sounds silly, but to be honest with you, if you're giving me some information and you've gotten to a point where I haven't said, I'm married, you know what I mean? That means the information that you're giving me is resonating. So if you pull out a business card, don't ask me for my contact information. Give me yours, because then that's more safe. You're like, in other words, you're telling me here, you call me, great. If you don't, that's whatever. So when you have more confidence about what you're doing and you got your business card, or you let me write down my information. If what I say sounds good to you, hit me up. That right there, I take that piece of paper, that business card, and I tell my girlfriend, well, this handsome guy he wasn't even trying to get at me. He was trying to get me some money, girl. Here's his business card. He might be able to do the same for you. So it makes you more safe. That's what women are, for me personally, that's what I would be looking for.
Speaking on you saying that, someone brought up the other day about flyers or pamphlets to pass out. Here's a good suggestion to do, especially if you are going to gyms or anything like that. Yeah, Leonard brought that up. Instead of putting your link on there, create a QR code of your information, of your link. And that way, all they have to do on their phone is just scan it and it goes directly to the website or any site that you have. So that's a very, very good marketing tool. And you can put flyers on how would you like to get paid on your physical activity? How would you like to get paid on walking, paid going to the gym, this and that. And people see that, oh, okay, it has nothing to do with network marketing, nothing to do with affiliate income. It's just getting paid on your physical activity. And you've got that QR code. And Ms. Casa, did you get that prepared on the free QR code generator or anything like that?
No, I'm sorry, but it will be in the elite group in the general chat within the next hour.
There you go. So you guys will be able to create your own QR code of your promo link, and then you just give people your QR code and use that for promo everywhere. So thank you for that sharing that, Leonard, the other day.
Okay, is there anyone else? Okay, back to you, Mr. Ivey.
Well, this isn't going to be the only time we do this. Always the first time we do it. There's a lot of shy people that just wants to hear the information. And then you guys are going to go out and try it out, which means now you're going to start to run into different objections and different situations. So we'll make sure on our Sunday calls, we will take some time out to cover some of these things. And I'm going to go over the psychology, like knowing the feel, felt, found method, knowing the personality traits, knowing how to brand yourself so that people want to buy from you and not necessarily whatever product you're selling. We're gonna make you guys the elite so that you are the superstars. Now, before we go, I want Miss Costa to ask one or two other questions that I know she has, because the question she may have might be a question that all of you guys may have and not ready to ask yet. So Miss Costa, give me a question.
Okay, the reason why I didn't ask them, because a lot of these questions, once you answer them, I know I'm going to have more questions.
That's all right.
Okay, let's, all right, let me choose one that other people might. Okay, shit. Ooh, I didn't mean to say that out loud. I'm sorry, you guys.
And that's
Okay,
exactly
so-
why I'm doing this, because I'm stretching her as well.
I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. Okay, so one of my questions was this. Because there was so much information going in, Brandon, and you know one of my goals is to be a top producer, right? So I take this very, very seriously. And some of the things have me confused because there's a couple of contradictions here. All right. Now, one thing that I do is I friend a lot of other people who are into marketing. So what I do is I watch what they're doing, compare it to what other people are doing, and then see how I can be outside the box, right? Because you say set yourself on fire. So you don't want to be doing the same thing everybody else is doing, but then it works. That's why everybody is doing it, right? Okay, so the question is this. You were showing us your Facebook page. And one of the things that I do understand is that they don't like to be sold. They like to buy, and they don't buy the product. They buy you, right? Mm-hmm. So it's very, very important how they see you and how you present yourself, right? Act as if. Okay. So with that being said, where is the line drawn before you are over promoting and not giving enough of yourself, or vice versa? I see people out there, like there's this one girl that she's posting, and I mean, every damn post she's putting up is about the product, just her opportunity.
That's not good.
Okay. So where is that line really drawn? Because your page, you are serious about the opportunity. There's like this little bit of here, a little bit here, but I understand that's because you've already established your reputation. So you don't need to do that anymore. As a beginner, what would be a good ratio between the opportunity, the elite group, and who you are as a person?
Well, first, you want to post at least 3 times a day. Once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once in the evening. If you're oversaturating over and over again about the same doggone thing, then you're going to the Facebook algorithms will make sure that nobody is seeing, especially if those posts haven't been getting any traction. So they'll make sure that the algorithm sees you're posting the same thing, you're not getting the traction, and therefore we're not going to make sure anybody sees it because nobody wants to see that. The algorithm wants to put in front of people's face what people want to see. And even Michael put that 80-20 rule. That's correct. If you are brand new, 80% about you, 20% about your business. If you are the brand, because I am the brand, then my brand is my business. So it is part of my life. So one thing with Get Fit, you're not posting about who wants to make money, da-da-da-da-da. You want to be posting about the fact that these activities is generating rewards, things that people's doing every day. So you've got selfie of you exercising. You've got a video of you talking about how you did these steps, like what Mike is doing. Mike is not throwing in people's face that there's a business opportunity here, that we've got, you can make money recruiting or doing any other kind of stuff. He's just talking about what people do on a daily basis and to earn from that. And so you gradually get to that. And only recently I'm talking Get Fit the way I am is because we are on a timetable here. We only have a few more weeks left to take advantage of the promo. If there was no promo, my strategy would be a little bit different. I would be talking more about ILCA Elite than I would be about Get Fit specifically. I'm only doing that because we have May 4th right around the corner with the liquidity that's going to be added to it, and the fact that every week the price is going up. So if you remember from the beginning, I wasn't even going to mention Get Fit until after March 17th, after the interview. But some of the people and our leaders were like, hey, this price is going up and you need to give them an opportunity to get in at this lower price. So it pushed my timetable up and how I've been sharing it. But yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. I think Mr. Pendleton might want to speak on that. He's got his hand up. Go ahead, Mr. Pendleton.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Sorry for no video. You don't want to see me today. But and I don't want to go against what you said, but for me, posting, I only post one time a day because I have found that if you post more than that, your posts end up competing with each other. And the main thing is to get as much engagement on that post to work that algorithm. So if you've got 3 out there, you're kind of spreading out that engagement, and that may be holding back the how far your post can go. Now that may work for you. I'm just saying.
Well, let me give you the response for that. The reason why, and I got that from Cedric Harris. That taught me. Sometimes the post isn't for engagement, but for information. The subconscious.
Mhm.
People need to see over and over and over and over again. So you might have a situation where you have a post that has 3 likes and 1 comment. But what you don't know is how many people actually saw it and didn't say anything. Or if they are looking you up and they come to your page and they're looking at what you're talking about on your page, we have time compression. So the reason why the 3 times of the day, the morning is right before people are going to work and they're drinking their coffee, they're eating their breakfast, they're looking on their phone, they're in the bathroom getting ready. 12 o'clock, the middle of the day is because it's lunchtime. People they're at lunch, they got their headphones on, they're looking at their smartphones, they're looking at that. And then one time in the evening, people are off work. So you can't get oversaturated, but at least if you're trying to establish a pattern and you're trying to establish a base for people to see what you're doing, and what did he call it? Not a profile. It was a baseline something, a minimum on the 3 times a day, and then spread out, not back to back to back to back to back. Because you're right, if you make one post and you're trying to get traction on that, and then the moment you create another post, it kind of cancels out your previous and it pushes it down unless it already is getting traction. Right. So I mix it up. I'll make a post that I know is about to get traction, and then I'll have other like what's the word I want to use? Teasers, fillers, and then a post for traction.
And you want to make sure that those 3 posts aren't business posts because they get the least traction. And if you're new, you do want some engagement, especially if you're new, because Facebook's not going to show your post. And here's the big thing. You're going to want to always be adding friends to your list. Mm-hmm. It surprises me how I see marketers and I look and they've got 100 friends or 300 friends.
You got to max it out. You need all 5,000.
You need all 5,000 because they're only Facebook's only showing to about 5% of your friends. And until you get enough engagement that Facebook says, what he's doing is relevant, I'll send to maybe 5% more of your friends. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to every day. I tell my team, add new people, go into groups, find people that are interested in what you're interested because you don't want friends like auntie and uncle, because they're not going to buy from you. You're looking for people that are into what you're into, and add new friends every day until you get as close to 5,000 as you can. Yep.
You just said something powerful too. Groups. If you're brand new, you're not going to get much traction posting on your own page because you don't have eyeballs there. Instead, join groups where there are people that you're going to want to talk to.
Absolutely.
How many fitness and health groups are there out there? It's insane. Join those groups. Start to, you're not posting your opportunity in the groups, but be active and engage in those groups so people get to know who you are. You're adding friends who then will come and see what you're posting on your own page, and then your post starts showing up on their wall. But join all the groups first. If you want to speed things up, when you find a group that has a lot of engagement or a lot of people in it, you want to reach out to who the creator of that group is. Shoot them a message and say, hey, listen, I love this health and fitness group that you've got going on. Let me ask you a question. Are you monetizing this group? Are you providing, I've been looking at it, but what value are you providing all the people you got in this group? What if there was something that they're already doing that they can get paid on from their cell phone? And you're the one who tells them about it. So instead of you trying to sign up everybody in the group, you get the leader. And then the leader signs up everybody in the group. You want to know how Peter Blackwell does what he does? He's never done a Get Fit presentation, and he never will. He's never had a team call, and he never will. What he does is he makes sure he targets people of influence, leaders who have networks. And he knows one rule. I get 5 or 10 of them, I'm done. That's it. So target these groups, these gyms, these fitness, health and wellness companies and leaders. You get a few of those leaders who get the vision, they will take it to their team. But you still want to set up, clean up your Facebook page, first of all. If somebody's going to come to your page, you don't want to see, you're all over the place. You got to have some form of consistency there. Definitely. And well, while we are, what was that, Michael?
No, I said definitely. That is so important, because people are going, the first thing they do is go to your social media. And if it's all over the place, they're not doing business with you. I know I'm not doing business with you. If I see that you promoted this week and that next week and this, nah, you're not a stable person. So nah.
Now, the only way around that is we will be talking about building your brand. How I learned this was years ago. A company called My Lead System Pro. Yeah. That's where I learned from Cedric. And one of the things that he was saying is stop promoting the company. Yep. Promote you. So when we get past this stage, you're not going to see me promoting the name Get Fit. You're going to see me mostly, if you go to my page, ILCA. That's me. That's my brand. Within my brand, I have multiple opportunities in there. Notice you don't see anything on my page where I'm talking about DFY or insights, the trading stuff. You do see me talking about Get Fit again, because there's a reason for that. I have a time limit that I have to make, and I have a certain goal that I want because I am launching this right now. Then I'm going to go back to the community in ILCA. So clean up your Facebook page and establish some consistency. That's why I said those 3 posts today. And it's not just about your business. Do a live. Talk about your passions. Talk about why you're doing. It's one thing that you're making money, but why are you making money? What is it that you want to do? What are you passionate about? Share that with the people. Then it will make sense when they see, wow, she's doing all that, but this business over here is what's making it possible. So just it's common sense with that a little bit. I hope that makes sense. And thank you for sharing that, Michael. Anything else you want to say about that?
No, I think that's it. And just make sure when you do your posts, you show your face more. People need to see you. They need to know that you're a real person. I see a lot of people who post and it's just words, no images, and especially no images of themselves. You definitely want to show yourself. Let them know you're real. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pendleton. All right. Was there anybody else? Oh, well, we coming. Oh, wow. We've been going more than 2 hours. All right. 9, 8, yeah. 6 o'clock. All right, everybody. I hope this helps. We will be doing our blitz every day this week at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. I'll be doing a Get Fit presentation. My goal is to get the presentation and the recognition I do under 30 minutes at 30-minute mark. So it's short and sweet, and people aren't spending all their time on it. So also Lynette will be doing her presentation Monday. What time? I think she said 4 p.m. Eastern she's doing tomorrow. I will double check and we'll make sure to post Monday and Wednesday. This is also 5-day challenge week. So I won't be doing a Thursday night presentation because we've got our 5-day challenge crypto at 9 p.m. Eastern all this week. And for anybody, here's another thing you guys can do too, especially for new people who don't understand Bitcoin and crypto. That's all right. We got a 5-day challenge coming up that's going to expose you and get you familiar with what crypto is all about for our beginners. Hop on it if you're ready to learn something. It's not even going to cost you anything. So you put them on our 5-day challenge. But invite. I with Get Fit, I will say a 90% closing ratio. If you put somebody on my presentation, they're going to want to sign up. What if you put 10 guests on? That's 9 people right there. And I am giving away free Omega miners. So anybody that is able to share with 3 people will get a free Omega miner. That's a promo from now to the end of the month. 3 people, free Omega miner. Congratulations to Kenny. Kenny just got another free Omega miner earlier. He's up to 9. I told him once you get your 10, he will be a gladiator, and I'll make a video for him. Only 2 people have that, Miss Casa and Mr. Crow. So this recording, I will get it uploaded. This will not be, even though I will put it on tomorrow, Michael, and all week, it'll be at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. All this week, I'm doing a Get Fit mining presentation. And I will post this recording in our Telegram group, but it will be unlisted on YouTube. So only people who have access to it is you guys. You guys took the time out of your schedule to do it. And this is the information that everybody should be on if you're trying to make money in any business. This is the type of stuff you want to learn. So thank you, everybody, for your participation. Thank you, Ms. Casa, for hosting and for your questions. And we'll be doing more of these on our Sunday calls to teach you guys new skills and new steps so that you become the superstar and not just always following your mentor. Take care, everybody. Brandon Ivey out. See you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.